Hello everybody, they will be watching and welcome to our discussion on the topic of first aid. We are from Multimedia University St. John program and we are with group HRZS. We have with us today 4 individuals who will share their experiences with first aid and all sorts of benefit of first aid.
Before we get started, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Javik and I'm passionate about promoting health and safety.
And I'm Clarence, and I believe that everyone should have some basic knowledge of first aid to be prepared for unexpected situations.
That's right. Now let's start with Hauran. Can you tell us about a time when first aid was necessary?
Sure, I remember that when my friend fell off his bike and was bleeding profusely from his knee. I immediately applied pressure on the wound with a clean cloth and called for medical help. It helped stop the bleeding until the ambulance arrived.
That's a great example of how first aid can help in an emergency situation.
Yes, and even something as simple as knowing how to properly clean and dress a wound can prevent infection and other complications.
Absolutely. Luis, can you tell us about the importance of learning first aid?
Sure, knowing first aid is essential as it can help save lives, prevent injuries from getting worse, and provide temporary relief. It's also vital to have confidence and clarity of mind in emergency situations.
Knowing how to respond to a medical emergency can be really empowering.
Yes, it's important to note that anyone can learn basic first aid techniques and it can make a real difference in an emergency situation. Li Qing, what's your story?
I actually learned first aid when I was in high school, and it came in handy when my friend choked on some food. I was able to perform the Heimlich maneuver and dislodge the food from her throat.
That's amazing. It just goes to show how important it is to be prepared for unexpected situations.
Absolutely, Junjian. We know that first aid is crucial in emergency situations. Can you share some of your experiences where first aid made a significant difference?
Sure, I've seen several situations where quick first aid saved someone's life. For example, a man had a heart attack at a coffee shop, and the first responder who arrived on the scene performed CPR, which kept him alive until an ambulance arrived.
CPR is one of the most important first aid techniques to learn, as it can be life-saving in many situations.
Yes, it's definitely a skill that everyone should know. Luis, we know you like going out and going hiking sometimes. Can you share your thoughts on the importance of first aid while hiking?
When you are out in the wilderness, accident can be happen, and it's essential to know first aid to prevent situations from turning into a disaster. I've been on several hikes where someone got hurt, and it was the people who know first aid who helped save the day.
That's so important, especially when you are far from medical help. Yes, and it's important to note that first aid is not just about treating injuries, but also about recognizing and responding to medical conditions.
If you don't know how to perform basic first aid technique, we encourage you to take a first aid class or do some research online to learn more.
Yes, and always remember to call for medical help in an emergency situation.
I think it's also important to remember that first aid is not just about physical injuries or medical emergencies. It can also help with mental health emergencies, like when someone is having a panic attack or is feeling suicidal.
That's a great point. Knowing how to support someone who is struggling with their mental health can make a huge difference.
And it's important to remember that first aid is not just for adults. Children can also benefit from learning basic first aid technique, like what to do if they get a burn or a cut.
Yes, and it's never too late to start learning first aid. Even if you are an older adult, it's important to know how to respond in an emergency situation.
And it's not just about being able to help others. Knowing first aid can also give you a peace of mind and help you feel more prepared for unexpected situations.
Absolutely. First aid is an essential skill for everyone to have, and it can make a real difference in an emergency situation.
Well, thank you all for sharing your thoughts with us. We hope that this conversation has inspired our audience to learn more about first aid and how it can help them be prepared for unexpected situations.
Remember, everyone can learn first aid, and it can be the difference between life and death in an emergency situation. So feel free to visit our St. John website to learn more about the importance of first aid.
Thank you.